Here we have a post crown, and we're going to make a post. So this is my antagonist, and this is my working model. I'm going to hide my antagonist, and I'm going to start drawing my line. So I place my cursor, and then we're going to click drawing, and then I'm going to extrude this line around where I think this post should end. So usually we have this on the inside. I'm going to bring this up a little bit like this on the edge. That's a little bit crinkly because the margin is not very good on the scan of this edge, but this should do it. Then we're going to conclude the surface of that, the actual margin. We're going to accept that. That's looking good. So this is my inside basically. I'm going to take this inside and we're going to survey and block it out. By that, I'm going to be looking down this hole as deep as it goes, like that, and we're going to block it out. That's going to block out this hole. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put a support margin on there, but I'll decide not to have a margin. So that's quite easily done. I'm just going to click on this one over here. That'll put me in edit mode. It's going to recreate a margin, but it's not offset at all. So we're going to leave it like that. Then we're going to click on our auto spacer and safety zone. We can just do that in one go. Make sure it is selected. Then I'm going to be using the spacer. Then I'm going to take my spacer. That's my starting point to make a coping. We're going to go down to the coping menu and create a coping layer. This is a very simplistic mesh. We can make this bigger or smaller. The usual is 0.5. I'm going to accept that and we're going to go into edit mode. Now here's the trick. I've got to make sure the magnet tool is off. The proportional editing tool is off as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use the C key and we're going to mark a whole lot of these vertices. At the moment they're all marked, so I'll click Alt A. So it's a bit difficult to see with this theme. So if you sort of know this theme, then it's okay, but if you don't, it's a bit tricky. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go GZ and we're going to scale it upwards, and then SZ0 to make it flat. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to see my antagonist. Let's go up top here and let's view the antagonist and see what's happening here. I need a widget. I'll take this widget over here. Now this one we're going to still edit. So I'll bring this a little bit higher because it's going to intersect over here. So I don't want to bring it lower because you can see the intersection. It's not a good mesh. Let's keep it up like that. Then we're going to then go back to object mode and we're going to sculpt, smooth this a little bit. So here, smooth it. So it's pretty rough, the whole thing, but that's okay. So I'll hide the antagonist. I'll take my radius up a little bit and we're going to smooth this down, and this is going to correct this mesh structure. You can see over here it's not a good mesh structure. In retrospect, we could have voxel remeshed the structure. So just smooth it out nicely. Don't worry about this little piece because we can fix that. What I'm concerned about is the mesh structure of this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to exit, and I'm going to go back into edit mode. Look how the mesh structure is very different now. We've got an island in here, but that's okay for now. So we want to see the antagonist. Okay, here's the antagonist, and we're going to manipulate this mesh. So I'm going to view it in cross section, Alt B, like that. And now I've got a good bird's eye view because I can go in here, make sure the magnet tool is on, proportional editing is on, magnet tool is off. And we're going to take this and move it down. So this is like common lab procedure when we're taking wax and we're just carving it down. Note that here it's a little bit thin. We need it a little bit thicker because this is going to be, the mesh is going to get cut off over here. So there's not much space in this one, in this post over here. Let's just grab this down a little bit like that. So I'm probably happy with that. Back into object mode. I'll just see what this little piece here is. X and delete. Okay. Out of proportional editing mode, I'm going to hide my antagonist, and we'll just give it a quick smooth one more time just to make sure that everything is looking good. Alright, now it's time to generate this coping. Remember we started with a coping. Generate lower coping. Okay, here we go. Just going back to smooth. Smooth these borders nicely like that. Alright, you can see there's zero margin there. It goes all the way down. In edit mode, this is what it looks like. Alright, let's have a look and see what the inside of this post looks like. It's looking really nice.